Okay, I think that's working. Yes. Okay. Cool. Perfect. Alrighty. So I've never done this before, so we'll just kind of see what happens here. Let me know if the audio quality is like garbage or something. I don't know. But basically what I want to do here is just kind of talk about ChatGPT and then play around with it. Specifically like in relation to Arduino, fast LED and stuff like that. I've seen people talking about it being able to like code entire games, which is just crazy to me. And then mods for games. But specifically I want to just try to mess around with the Arduino kind of aspect of it. Because I tried to do some Python stuff with it and it just really wasn't very effective. It was all like PyCharm related though. Okay, I was using PyCharm, but it was all related to Pygame. And I've never like had success doing Pygame stuff on my computer anyway. I haven't messed with it. There's also a library called Curses, which is like, I think it's using some sort of like terminal, is coloring the terminal and stuff in order to let you play games inside of the terminal, I believe. I'm not 100% sure. But either way, that wasn't working anyway. There's a whole bunch of stuff. If you guys don't know what ChatGPT is, basically just like Elon Musk freaking owns like a AI company along with his other companies. And yeah, it's really cool. So you just type stuff like write a 500 word essay about why not to eat peanut butter covered rubber ducks. And then just like it does it for you, which is kind of crazy. And like it's kind of a decent essay. I mean, not that I've never tried to write a peanut butter covered rubber ducks eating essay before, but you know, I'll just read it. I'm on stream anyway. Eating peanut butter covered rubber ducks is not a good idea for several reasons. Firstly, rubber ducks are not made for consumption, and therefore may contain harmful chemicals that are not safe to ingest. Secondly, even if the rubber duck was safe to eat, the combination of peanut butter and rubber does not sound appetizing and is likely to be unpalatable. Very fancy words there. I personally, I don't think that I would have done unpalatable. 1 second, I want to see what's happening here. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. 1 second. I don't know what's happening there. Everything on like the OBS side is saying it's like fine. Huh. Okay, I'm gonna just ignore that for now. If anybody like joins, just let me know if the video quality is okay. Of course you wouldn't hear that, but that's fine. Regardless. Where was I? Unpalatable. In addition to being potentially harmful, there's also the issue of hygiene. Rubber ducks are often used as toys for children, which means that they may not be clean and can potentially contain germs. Furthermore, even if the rubber ducks were clean, covering it in peanut butter would make it a breeding ground for bacteria, making it even more unappetizing and potentially dangerous to eat. Furthermore, eating peanut butter covered rubber ducks is also a waste of food. Peanut butter is a nutritious and tasty food that can be enjoyed in many different ways. It can be spread on toast, mixed into smoothies, or even eaten by itself as a snack. There are so many delicious and healthy ways to enjoy peanut butter, and covering a rubber duck in it is not one of them. In conclusion, there are several reasons why it's not a good idea to eat peanut butter covered rubber ducks. They are potentially harmful, unappetizing, and a waste of food. Instead of eating rubber ducks covered in peanut butter, it would be better to enjoy peanut butter in a more traditional and safe way. You know, it's a decent essay on why not to eat peanut butter covered rubber ducks. Not sure if I could do better. I am interested though in like one thing. Oh shoot. Word counter. Yes. Okay. I really love that there's just websites for everything. Okay, so that's only 250 words instead of 500, and I asked for a 500 word essay, but I have got it to do like closer to 500. I think I got a 503 before. That's pretty good. There's definitely character limits though. Like you say, write a 1,000 word essay about pigeons on the moon. It must be 1,000 words exactly. It's still not going to do 1,000 words. Unless it just proves me wrong right here, but I would be okay with that. It does buffer a little bit sometimes, if you saw that right there. Oh, my camera. Okay, if you saw that right there, it kind of can buffer a little bit, which can mess stuff up, but all in all, it's pretty good. Let me do wordcounter.com again. Alright, so pasting this in, 454 words. Not my exactly 1,000 words here that I said, but still pretty good. I mean, it's free, which is really impressive for what it is, because the other thing that they have for this OpenAI thing, I'm going to show you. It's like a login thing. Login. They have this other thing called Playground, I believe it's called. Yeah, Playground. Right here. Ah, yes, Playground. Which you can just type the same kind of questions here, and it spits out a response. But the issue with that is there is like pricing associated with it. So I think they give you $18, and then you're able to spend that $18 on these like different modules or models of the GPT-3 software. But I've only used it a little bit, and I haven't spent even like a penny yet because it's really really cheap. It's like 0.0018 or something, like a penny. So you can do a lot, and it's based on different things, and I don't know. It's a whole thing, but super interesting. Anyway, going back to what I was saying with Arduino, it can write code for you. So I say like Arduino. Oh gosh, Arduino fast LED code light up every other LED blue and the others red 64 LED matrix. It just types the entire thing for you. And you can specify different stuff or just change it around. So if you want like WS2812B LEDs instead of the NeoPixels here, that's an option. But my question is this actually work or not? Because I've tested tested that the code can be generated, but I haven't actually worked with it yet. One second, I'm getting an encoding overloaded thing. Give me just 1 second. I'm not quite sure what that is. I don't know why that wouldn't just turn it down. Like the quality. Huh. Not sure. Well, we'll just see what happens. Anyway, going back over to here. Let us actually try this. So, I can take my Arduino Nano, and then I just have a 64 by 64, not 64, 8 by 8 LED matrix, so that ends up being 64 LEDs. I think this one is inside of a like non-serpentine matrix tile, so it's like just to kind of demo what I'm talking there. So there's serpentine, which is, if you start with a square here, then the LEDs go like this. So up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. But I think it's happening here is it's more like this. And we can find out in a second if we really care, which doesn't matter too much for what we're doing here, but it's interesting. The issue with that is there's a lot of softwares that you have to design everything in order to compensate it. Because if you're drawing like a picture, like you want, say, oh no, just do this in blue, a smiley face to display on your LED matrix. You would think that you just put the pixels in, but depending on the values there, that could end up messing it up significantly. Because if it's going like this, and you think it's going like this, then this dot's going to be right, this dot's going to be right, but these two are going to be switched. So if you're doing like a B or something, it's going to end up being flipped on you, or worse than that, it could end up being like this or something weird like that, which is just, you got to compensate for all of it in the software. Okay, so plugging up the Arduino, gotta find the cable real quick. Okay, I think this will work. Alrighty, so looking down at the desk here, should be able to just plug this in, and I just have the red wire going to 5 volts here, black going to ground, and then the white going to pin D5. Probably can't see that very well. Okay. Let's see if I can get all this configured. Right now it's doing a pattern from when I was making a YouTube tutorial about LED Studio Matrix. Just going back to me. Okay, so let me just open up Arduino real quick. Okay, then we'll see just what happens, I guess. Yeah, might as well. If it doesn't work, then we'll find out pretty quickly. And I really like how you can just copy code. That's super nice. I wanted to use this earlier today for a project, but the issue was like, I don't know, the servers were down or something strange with it. It's back up now, so because everything's working. So just copy code, paste that in. Huh. Not 100% sure what's happening here. Maybe it's just like the variation of the NeoPixel. Well, this looks right. I'll just save this as like ChatGPT. Yep. One thing that I'm super interested in, and I'll probably test that on stream as well, is whether or not it's possible to use this to like compress stuff. Like, what I see this being used for is freaking Stack Overflow and stuff. People just kind of call you an idiot half the time, or like on Reddit the same thing. That, or like the problem, if it did exist, it can be out of date. This is just so nice that it writes the code for you, because that's the exact thing that you don't want to do. Like whenever you're talking to people on the internet about like, hey, can you do such and such for me? They don't want to write the code for you. Oh, that is not the right pin. I don't think it said the pin. Okay, well that didn't work. Huh. Well, Let me try changing the prompt a little bit. So what you can also do here is you can just go to the prompt and actually just edit it right here. I just changed it for you. Light up every other LED blue and 64 LED matrix. WS2812B connected on pin D5. Okay. See if that fixes it. LED pin D5. Frames per second. Now, I don't know why it said frames per second. I don't see how that's relevant to this, but we'll see. I like that I got the color order right as well, because that's sometimes annoying for these. D5 was not declared. Oh my gosh. Okay. It's just pin 5. I'm not sure exactly what happened there. I was watching the WAN show episode about this, and what they said was really, really good, I thought. Just that ChatGPT is like very confidently wrong. So I don't know exactly where they talked about inside of this. Oh shoot, does this not have the WAN show? Oh, it's because it's underneath the live thing now. They changed YouTube on me. But yeah, on this one it talks about the ChatGPT, and it talks specifically about like how the whole thing with it being very confidently wrong. So with this stuff, like, you can correct it, and I can just say like pin D5 does not or should be denoted as 5, not D5 in this code. And you can just say this isn't helpful and submit feedback. But look at this. Okay, that's so bright. See if I can fix that. That's still so bright. I don't know if I have like good diffusion stuff here. Maybe with this. I'm not sure how easy it is to tell, but that is in fact just doing every other one. So it's going red, blue, then red, blue. You can see it on the back maybe, but it is working. So that code was functional. Although, yeah, the code works though, which is awesome. Let me see if that's like visible for you guys. Okay. You can see inside like the light trails. I'm looking at the camera feed. Unless YouTube is just like completely destroying it. You should be able to see that. At least a little bit. Let me turn the brightness down as well. So turn the brightness down in that code. And you guys can't see what I'm typing right now. Okay. Let's push that right there. So fast associates of brightness. 50%, which is this. Okay. Add that to the previous code. Okay. But individual LEDs? Oh, that's super interesting. I've actually never messed with that on individual LEDs before. Cool. Well, basically all I need is just this code. And if you look between these two, yeah, that fixes it. Everything else is exactly identical, it looks like, except for the addition of that one line. So if I just copy code here, paste it over here, and I'll set it down to something like, Let's start with 1. Let's see what 1 looks like for the camera. My lighting here is also like not great. I want to D5 is not dang it, the D5. The D5 is fixed. We'll see if the 1 fixes it. I need to try to change my lighting situation. Oh shoot. So I tried, but that is not very helpful. We'll try 5. What I was saying was I want to change my lighting setup for YouTube if I do like talking head videos. I got some more LED strips off Amazon. They had like a Black Friday deal going on. So I think it'd be really cool to take this and then some diffusion strips. I'm not sure if I'll like make those myself or just buy them on Amazon or something. But I think the combination of that, and then you can see it now. So the blue and then the red. I'm not sure if it's going to get too much better than that for on camera. But yeah, that's visible. That's pretty well visible. Okay. So that works. But I think that'd be really cool. Also, I think these are so powerful for like lighting. If you like put on full power, it just about burns your USB ports up. Like you don't want to be doing that unless you know what you're messing with. But I think it'd work really well for like key lights. Cause let me just look it up. Like photography RGB key light. It's so expensive. Like it's some of this stuff's crazy. I'm going on Amazon to okay. LED key lights photography. I'm talking about like the little boxes. So something like this kind of, but like RGB. Closer to this. This is pretty cool. I would probably buy this. Newer's like a pretty good brand is what I've heard. But yeah, something like this, like that's 480. That's pretty good. But either way, it's like $70. So if you just get like a 16x16 LED matrix, which admittedly isn't the 480 LEDs, but it's pretty close. It's like maybe $30, and then Arduinos are pretty cheap as well. This isn't exactly what I was thinking though. They got some like really cheap ones. Yeah, you got like these $15 ones, which like they may fall apart on you, but even if they do, which I've had them like break on me before, you can do something pretty simple, which is just resolder the wires, which obviously you have to have soldering equipment and such to get all that working, but it's really not that bad for like $15, and you spend another like 20 minutes resoldering the connection when it inevitably breaks after, a month or 2 of usage. But that's just my opinion on it. Try a hat on. I don't know if I like that. Okay. Oh gosh, this is camera angle. Okay. Yeah. I got the big key light thingy behind me, and it's not working very well, but that's fine. I can change it if I need to for some of this stuff. Anyway, back to ChatGPT. So I was able to do every other color. Now what if we were to do every third color? Make it just like RGB. Okay. So what I'm going to try to do here is just like copy this. So push the copy button right here. Paste it in. And then say, oh shoot. Paste it in and then say, make every third LED green. Boom. We'll see what happens. You modify the if statement inside the loop function. Here's how you modify the code. Oh, that's really smart. That's a good way to do it. That is a good way to do it. Okay, looking at what we have the brightness set to, so that's 5, and then we're gonna have to change D5 back to 5. 2 5s. Let's go in here. Okay. Then push the upload button. We'll see if that works for us. What I'm really interested in doing is like using the built-in button on the Arduino inside of programs. I'm not 100% sure that's possible, but I think it might be. And that worked pretty darn well. Looks a little bit funky. I guess, oh, that is gonna be hard on camera. It's probably hard for some of this stuff where it's like not displaying properly. But yeah, that is working. You might be able to see it right there. And I'll make that a little bit bigger for you as well. Okay, so yeah, you can see the green. There's definitely a distinct difference between the green, which is in the top corner, the blue, and then the red next to it. Okay. If I need to adjust the brightness or anything, just tell me. But that should work. Okay. Cool. Okay. So going over to here, let's see if you can just, can you use built-in button Arduino in programs? Programming built-in button. So I think maybe, I'm not sure. Some people worked it out. Tell you, I'm gonna just try it. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna take my existing code, paste it in, and say, using the Arduino Nanos built-in button, turn on the LEDs when the button is pressed, turn them off when it is not pressed. And we'll see what happens. You can use the digital read function to read the button state and use it to control the LED's colors. Button pin 2. You can adjust this value depending on how the button is wired to the Arduino Nano. Okay, well, if it's not wired to anything though, because it's the reset button, I have any more specific inside of my Google search. Can you use the reset button on Arduino as input? Reset Arduino, very simple trick. Use reset button like a push button. The data stored to SRAM keep after reset. Not seeing anything useful here though. Okay. No. Not sure. I see user button. To modal hardware components, I do see students and representation, it would work okay. MCU is reset. Reset consequence that always resets the chip. However, it's possible to read the register at code start to note the reset. Note the reset is the consequence of the action of the button or the power of a watch button. So in that, we can imagine similar to a normal button, for example, to show an image from the OD. It's possible to talk about pattern, split action, and reset. Oh, I don't like that code. Okay. We're not doing that. We are going to instead use a normal push button, which means now I have to get one out of the box. So, yeah. Most of my push buttons are kind of garbage. I need to get some better ones that have like the wires attached to it and everything. I keep on staring at my camera. I've got the other screen on, so that's what I'm looking at instead of like the camera, which is probably a little bit disorientating. But oh yeah, this is like my first time streaming, which is interesting. Yeah. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with the footage afterwards. I might like try to cut it up into bits and post that if it's actually like okay or not. I'm still getting the encoding overload thing on the yeah, it's still like saying this crap. It's not enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Let me see if I can just okay, I can't change that to the other thing, which would be open widget. Yeah, so like you're supposed to be able to change it to like a different latency level. That's funky. Let me see if I can push edit. Recording date. Okay, you can't mess with any of that, so that's dumb. But makes sense. Let's go over there. Okay, cool. So yeah, buttons. Gotta get some buttons. Enough on that. Alrighty. Give me a second. I'm just gonna point this down here. Excuse the mess on my desk. Also, I like this keyboard a lot. This is not keyboard related YouTube channel, although it could become one, I don't know. Anything's possible here, but first like custom mechanical keyboard that's like actually customizable. And then I just didn't get any customized keys or anything. I just kind of have it as a keyboard. I love that freaking the knob here is great. Freaking oh my gosh. It's so nice. I don't even like I don't adjust volume more than like the normal user. In fact, I'm using my AirPods like half the time, but it's a very nice like potentiometer knob thing, and I quite like it. Honestly, like I need more potentiometers that are like this for projects because I would totally use them. I got all this stuff here. Probably just gonna clear out my desk for a second too. Oh gosh. This is a much bigger LED panel, 16 by 16. These flexible ones, I don't get the point. Although I have a really cool application for it. I'm thinking about, so I'm on the bike team for Murray State, like NFPA fluid power bike team, which I can show you a launch video in a second, possibly. But the thing about it is, it's a curved, like it's a bike. So the bike is curved. The pieces of it are like extruded aluminum curved pieces. There's better phrasing for all of this, but essentially what I'm saying is you can use that in order to wrap something like this around it, which is where I had a really cool idea. And it should be pretty basic to code, I think. But essentially, you take something like this and you wrap it around the curved piece of the bike. And then based on the speed, which you can determine using either the GPS, which I have a module for, which I personally think is super cool. Of course, the absolute second I'm going to show this to anybody, I have no earthly idea where it is. But I do have a module for this that allows you to essentially just take in the data of GPS from multiple different GPS angles and such, and then you are able to use that to determine the speed, which is super cool. The issue is, it took forever to set up, and it wasn't very accurate at first. So I might do something closer to RPM and just use like the math for the wheel diameter and then the different gearing and everything, and then determine it based on that. Not 100% sure yet. There's multiple different methods to go about it. I'll probably just do whichever one ends up being cheapest. Although if I got like ChatGPT over here that can write code for me, could do something cool. Of course, with all this stuff, you want it to be as redundant as possible, so it's possible that I'll do a combination of multiple of these things. And also, like, I want to connect it to my phone or like an iPad or something anyway, which I don't know if iPads have GPS. I think they do because I've got the Find My network and all that crap, but it might be possible to just use the data from that anyway, instead of worrying about the whole Arduino based everything with it. There's this one app, I think it's by Adafruit, not 100% sure, but you can use it to take all your like sensor data through like one of their special little Arduino-esque modules. I used it on like an Arduino Mega in the makerspace in Murray State when I was working there, and it worked pretty good. You can do acceleration and stuff as well for the accelerometers, and like use that to control stuff. There's built-in buttons. Yeah, the coolest thing may have been the GPS though. The GPS worked pretty well, which I could probably use with a lot more code, or just I already have a working GPS app for iPhone. I didn't write the code. I got it from like some GitHub repository, but it's functional. The question is, how do you get the data back to the Arduino? I'm not sure on that yet. Gosh, that's a tangent. I was supposed to be looking for push buttons right now. But yeah. iOS app development, much more difficult than first anticipated. So I've been working on that for a little bit. Not as much as I should, but I got the break for winter break, so depending on how much I'm working, I should be able to mess with that a little bit to see what happens. Alright, back to looking for a push button. Push button time. Okay. The camera falls, that's because I'm looking for a push button. Which does not appear to be where I would assume. Capacitors. Huh. Oh. Sure. Push buttons. Lots of them. Really like that when you're ordering this stuff from like China, you can just get a lot